Hi, welcome to the Big Bear Homestead. And today we're participating in the Frugal Family Food Date Night collaboration.
Yep.
Okay, so we're participating in the Frugal Family Food Date Night collaboration.
That's a mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so during the month, each family has done, or each channel has done something different. So I think the Pratts did a dessert, and Amanda, I want to call her Fundamental Home, but Amanda from Fundamental Home, they did like a lunch picnic kind of thing. We're doing a main course meal. Yes.
And it's one of my favorite meals.
It is?
Mm-hmm. This is one of the first meals that you made for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how you set the hook.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So, you want to just get started? Because I'm going to need your help.
Well, you're going to have to introduce what we're cooking.
No, why do I need to do that?
Because
we're just going to throw it all in a pan and just call it voila. No, I'm kidding.
That's how your nachos came to be.
That is how the nachos is. Are you noticing a theme here? No, so this meal...
You're noticing a theme that it ain't bad either, boy. Let me tell you. I was 180 pounds when we met.
Hey, lied?
I was close to 180.
Okay.
I was under 200. Promise you that.
Okay.
13 years later. Woo, daddy.
13?
15.
Yeah, 15.
15 years. No.
Yes. March 3rd will be 15 years.
Carry the one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, this...
Daddy done put on some poundage.
Stop. So this is what I call linguine carbonara. But if you Google linguine carbonara and try to find a recipe, this is not what you're going to find in the descriptions and the pictures. Like, you're definitely not. What happened is I used to work in an Italian restaurant. We had a base of what we served as carbonara. And then I just kind of did what I always do and just started adding stuff over the years. So now we've got it perfected to where we absolutely love it. We don't mess with it now. But so I'm going to save you all the steps of the last 20 years of my life trying to figure out what was the best way to cook this. We're going to show you how to do it. Do you want to put the ingredients and everything in the description, or they're just going to have to watch it to make it?
You just got to watch it.
Okay, you're just going to have to watch it to make it. So first thing we need to do is go ahead and get our water started for the pasta. And this part is extremely important. Most people, when you get your spaghetti or your linguine, you dump it out to get it strained. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Get it in your head now that you're going to need some of it later for the recipe. So just remember that for later.
What, the noodles?
No, the water. You need some of the water later.
Is water in short supply?
No, you need some of the spaghetti water. You'll see. See, that's one thing. Okay, so this is our date. We're cooking together. And Jason's never been in here in the kitchen with me when I'm making it. So he's going to get to learn how to make it too.
I'm glad you started to clarify that because we have cooked together before.
Right, but we haven't cooked this meal together. So you're going to get to learn how to do it. That's enough water. Okay, so while he's getting...
Okay, so I put in cold water so
That's
that
fine.
way it will boil faster.
Okay. You need to put it on the back burner. No, other side. I'm a micromanager.
And you wonder why we don't cook together a lot.
Okay, so then after we do that,
Oh
we almost got my finger.
yeah, tell me what burner to put it on now.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and cook all the meat while we're waiting on the water to boil for the linguine. So you're going to need, obviously you're going to need linguine. We got this from Walmart. I think it was like 86 cents or something, 76 cents.
You said we were going to cook the meat. Now you're talking about the noodles.
Right, I'm just telling them we're going to get ready to cook those in a minute. We're waiting for the water. Okay, so first thing we'll do is we need a little bit of bacon. Not for you to eat, for the meal.
Like that's not going to happen.
So, come on, burner. Now watch, I'm going to singe my hair. Okay. Cast iron all the way. That's what we like when we're doing frying bacon and meat and all that stuff. So we're gonna do like.
Let me do that.
I was. Wait. What are you doing?
No.
You're not supposed to eat the pepperoni. This is why he doesn't cook with me.
This is not the pepperoni you're looking for.
Okay. So we're gonna do, let's say, like 3 strips of bacon.
No.
Okay, maybe more than 3, 4 strips of bacon.
Just cook the rest of the bacon.
Yeah, I guess we need to cook the rest of the bacon. I mean, it is Thursday, so.
I mean, if the recipe calls for 3, then that gives me a bunch to eat while I'm waiting on the rest of it to cook.
That's true. Okay. So.
You're not letting me do anything again.
I know.
Okay,
so what you can do is
It's a good thing I'm pretty.
You can cut. Okay, so we're going to dice a little bit of onion and also mince some garlic. So you can get on that while I'm doing this. Or do you want to do this while I do that? Of course, keep him in charge of the bacon, right? Probably not a good idea.
Okay, the bacon is done. I'm going to place the bacon in a bowl. Ooh, too many sausages.
Okay, so the next ingredient that needs to be cooked is Italian sausage. Now, you can choose to keep it like links like that and cut it up once they're cooked. Or you can, everybody can see.
Move, fatty, get out the way.
So I just run the fork up through it. And you need to make sure that heat is down. Now, some people will choose to take the bacon grease out. I don't even mess with that. Just leave the bacon grease in there. Just make sure it's not too hot, which we've unfortunately done a little bit of, but it'll calm down in a second.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Just
right. Oh, it's gonna start sizzling and popping, honey. Just like me. Okay, so it doesn't have to be super small pieces. You can do bigger pieces.
So why are we doing this to the sausages?
Because basically what you're making right now is the topping that goes on the linguine. So it's just easier, in my opinion, when it's ground up. Now, another thing you can do, a good saving tip, the only reason why I bought these is because these links were on sale. I have noticed recently in some stores that they're offering the ground sausage already pre-made but loose instead of in links. And a lot of times it's cheaper. This just happened to be, I think it's like usually around $2.58 a pound. But this was like $2.50 for a full pound, and we didn't even use a full pound. So, but you can use about, if you're making it for 2 people, you don't really need this much. We're obviously going to be making it for more than just us. But you want to use at just about a pound's worth of Italian sausage in there. So we got to brown that up, make sure it's nice and cooked. Also, at about this time, we mince some onions and some garlic, and I like to go ahead and put those in while we're cooking the sausage to give it a little bit of flavor. Let that get in there. All right. Okay. Go ahead and turn your heat up. We'll turn it down to the bacon grease. There you go. Alright, how's the water going? The water looks like it's starting to boil.
It's got the tiny bubbles.
It's starting to boil. You want to bring the water...
Tiny bubbles.
You want to bring the water to a rolling boil. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there. Whew, God, that smells so good.
And this meal is brought to you by the American Heart Association.
Smells, I wish y'all could smell this. It is amazing. When you start getting the garlic and the onions and the Italian sausage together, it smells so good. How you doing there, baby?
Doing good, honey.
How's the water on the...
Same as before.
I think it's good. You think
Tiny
we
bubbles.
should go ahead and put it in? I think we should put it in. Alright, so pound of linguine. Again, if it's only 2 of you, maybe only half a box. But we got more than that. We're going to go ahead and cook the whole box.
So we're feeding the kids?
Yeah, they'll be in the other room. I figured the date part was us hanging out together. You don't like that very much, do you?
I don't like sharing this food with them.
Well, but you know.
Because they like this meal just as much as I do.
They really do. I usually cook a double batch. Now, the only reason we're using 1 pound of linguine is because we also like to make this recipe with zoodles, which is zucchini noodles. So if you're doing keto, you can certainly make this meal keto friendly. You don't have to eat the linguine. You can make zucchini noodles and that works just as good. It's just as delicious. We've done it both ways. So what I figured we'd do tonight is we're going to make a little of both so that everybody has something to eat. Yes? We'll make the kids eat the zoodles.
I guess we'll feed them.
Okay. Okay, so now that the bacon's had a little bit of time to let some of the grease drain off, I'm going to chop it up. I'm not going to make it super, super small because you want them to be kind of little bite-sized pieces. So I'm just going to chop this up kind of loosely. Depending on how much you like crisp or, you know, limp bacon, just do it to whatever your preference is. You don't want it super crisp because then it kind of just messes with the texture. But just like that. You don't want it too thin. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in, I'm going to put this in a different bowl. I'm going to put it all in here. Because then we're just going to put all the mixture together. Now when I was in the restaurant business, we used to layer everything. You know, you make it all nice and pretty. But that's not really super necessary with this. It doesn't affect how it tastes. So, next step, get all the sausage, everything out of the pan. And now it's time to drop in the mushrooms. Our family loves mushrooms, so we overdo it on mushrooms, just like we overdo it with the garlic. But as many as you want or as little as you want, you can leave this out if you don't like mushrooms, that's fine. So you don't want a colander with the big holes because your noodles will go through.
You gotta have a whole stick of butter.
Now, remember what I said. You need some of your water reserve. So, I'm going to scoop out some water. You want to reserve probably close to a cup. You may not use the whole cup, but reserve about a cup's worth. This is 1/3 of a cup, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab 3 of these. 2. Yeah, you're definitely not going to need all that. But it's good to have just in case. Okay. So, big, huge bowl. Alright. Okay, now here's the part where it gets a little fun. You need 1 to 2 eggs, depending on how much you're cooking. I'm only going to do 1 egg first to make sure that I have enough moisture. If you're cooking for more than 2 people, you're going to need 2 eggs. But what I'm going to do, since we're doing 2 different types of noodles, we'll do 1 egg one way and then 1 egg the other way. Alright, so 1 egg. And then you want to, here we go. Mix it up. So you want to mix it up, you know, kind of like how you're scrambling an egg.
You want to whip it.
Whip it.
Whip it too.
Okay. Now, here's the fun part. You can use all the different stuff if you want to do the basil and the parsley leaves and the blah, 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 all that stuff. Or you can just Italian seasoning. And I go by my hand, not by measurement. So you want a good handful worth of seasoning, okay? And then garlic powder. Yes, we used garlic in the meat, but you're also going to use it. And with the garlic, only about that much, so maybe about a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. Put that in there. And you're going to mix it all together. So it's going to look like a greenish yellow kind of paste. And then you're going to go ahead and put in, and this is the important part, give me that reserved water. So you're going to put in some of the hot water. And the reason why you do this is because when you put the noodles straight into there, it'll cook the egg. So you'll end up with these egg clumps. So if you take some of the water and put it in first, it gets everything kind of acclimated, so then that way you don't cook the egg with the noodle. So I'm just going to put probably about maybe a quarter of a cup in there. And as you can see, it's not cooking the egg. Maybe just a little bit more. Because what you're, okay, so the consistency, it's more about consistency than it is any measurements. You want it to be thick enough that it's not going to be runny, but you want it thin enough that it'll coat the noodles. So kind of like what your eggs look like before you get ready to scramble them, whether you put water or milk, whatever in them. So that's about the consistency you want. See how it kind of sticks to the bowl? Alright. So now I'm going to throw the egg and throw the noodles in. Did not rinse the noodles. Some people rinse their noodles. I did not rinse mine. Okay. And then all you do is you toss them in with that mixture. And then what happens is the egg helps all the other stuff stick to the noodle. So see, you got a little bit of everything stuck to your noodles, all your flavor. And then all you do is all of these toppings, put it on top of the plate, top of the noodles, and that's pretty much your meal. You got the mushrooms ready?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and put those in there too. Last little bit is pepperoni. Pepperoni. Now, I think the mushrooms cost us like $1. The noodles cost us like 76 cents. The pepperoni was on sale. I think it was like, there's 2 bags for $8. So about $4 for the pepperoni. You're not going to use a full bag. The bacon was on sale and we only used like 5 pieces of it. So it was maybe $1 worth of bacon. And I guess the big thing with me for this being a frugal meal is you could easily go to Olive Garden. When I used to serve it at my restaurant, it was like a $14 meal. And we're probably spending that to feed 5 people. If that. We might not even be that high. The sausage was on sale for like $2.50.
Are we done with this? Or are you putting the pepperonis?
No, put pepperonis in. Put the pepperonis in.
How much pepperonis?
Well, again, we like a lot. But you could easily, for 2 people, you could put in one of those little bitty pillow packs. That's like maybe $2 at Aldi. We're going to put more than that. But, okay. got the plates. Dang, y'all. You got the plates in the kitchen.
I'm sure that's enough pepperoni or more.
That's probably enough. Okay. What are you doing? Put more in?
I was making it what? I'm gonna make it rain pepperoni.
Oh, are you doing like this? Let me see. Okay, that's enough. Now, zucchini noodles, that's another pretty cheap option as well. During the summer, if you're growing it, you can make it. It pretty much doesn't cost you anything. Even right now, in the winter time, I think Aldi has a sale right now on zucchini for $1.19. You get like 3 zucchinis, and that's enough to make a good portion of zucchini noodles. So you can do that too. Still had a little bit of reserve water. So really, if you had done a full meal, a cup of water would have been enough for the entire batch. All right, so ideally you would want to time this a little bit better because we're filming. It's a little bit off as far as timing goes. You could probably wait another 5 minutes or so before your noodles are ready, or you could put a lid on the noodles so they don't get cold. But since we're making so many toppings and stuff, you can wait a few extra minutes before you put all of your zucchini noodles or your regular, especially if you're doing zucchini noodles, they don't take nearly as long to cook. The only reason these are taking a while is because we've previously made them and now they were frozen. So we have to let them thaw in the hot water real quick. So we don't have to save any of the water because I saved some from the other batch. But if you were just doing these, you would save the water, put it in the bowl, and then after we strain these, we'll put them into the bowl of mixture. Okay. Alright, so now we just need plates. We can plate everything up and go eat.
Okay, so
You want to just take everything out there?
I got a surprise in the dining room for you.
Okay. What's it going to do? You want to take it out there into the dining room?
Yes.
I got flowers and candles, and you bought a nice little
Tablecloth
and
everything.
You're so awesome. Thank you very much. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day,
I
my
love
Valentine.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay, let's eat.
That was so romantic. Yeah, you're great. Thanks. Ooh, let's see.
Okay, so dinner is now served. Had a good day?
Good date.
Good day. Okay.
You like your flowers?
I love my flowers. They're beautiful and they smell fantastic. Thank you so much. You're very thoughtful. So, okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed cooking with us. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Amanda, from Frugal Family Food, the collaboration, inviting us to do this meal tonight. Be sure to check out the other channels that participated in the February date night series. I think it was the Pratts, Amanda's Fundamental Home channel, us, and then I think the Aldermans are doing next week. Yeah, so that's going to be exciting too. Yes. So we thank you guys for dropping by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless. And like always, have a nice day.